Good morning. This is KF Trainer here. I know a lot of you haven't heard a lot about me um, or from me in a long time. I'm just want to um, give my account of how I feel about the passing of Steve Jobs, who is the Apple CEO and co-founder of the Apple company. Um, and I know there's been a lot of press on it. I know there's been a lot of comments on it. And maybe if you've heard this before, or uh, it's, it's becoming a lot of repetitious rhetoric. But my personal account with it is that I was a former Windows user for a long time, back in '95 when there was, I believe, it was before the XP. I'm not really sure what that was. Um, Vista, or I'm not really sure. It's been a while back, but I was a Windows user for a while. I enjoyed Windows and I enjoyed computers, and I eventually went to school to become a little bit more skilled in IT technology. So, and I got my degree in that, which most of you probably know. Um, so I had a lot of background information about computers in general, and in 2007 I switched over to a Mac because, and this is nothing against Windows or Microsoft or anything like that, I was having problems with my computer, and I'm realizing it was old, and being the tech geek I am, I love to download stuff. I like to try out new stuff, and my computer really got overburdened, and it was old. It was like 8 years old. So um, I had heard similar things about Mac and how good their quality is, and most people stayed away from it because of the price. Uh, so what I did, I saved up money, and just from the fact of me, uh, from being frustrated with the things that were happening with my Windows computer, where it would just completely shut down and reboot itself, and that was just one of the major things that are going on with it. But that's my personal thing. That doesn't involve on a general basis what other people are experiencing with their computers. Um, but aside from that, I was in the middle of school, and most of my school was online. Well, all of it was online. So you can see my dilemma, because I can't, you know, I can't fully be effective at school if I'm having problems with my computer. So that's what made my decision for me. I had money saved, and I heard good things about the Mac, and so I went and bought a Mac for the very first time in 2008. And I was in the middle of school, and I needed to do that. It was crucial to me for my education purposes. So that's my personal bias on that, and this is why uh, I'm so sad, basically, about Steve Jobs. As I didn't know a whole lot about him, uh, except that he was the CEO and founder of Apple, and I got to watching a lot of his. Well, I started watching a lot of his keynote presentations. It's just, he's a brilliant man. You know, and with everything everybody says about him, it's just, I can see it. Um, he, Granted, he was an imperfect person, and we all are. Granted, as being a CEO, people are not going to like him. You know, he's going to piss people off. He may do some things. He did make a mistake, which caused him to leave the company. And he came back, and he came back with a full force. So, I truly admired the guy, and after his passing, I learned so much more about him that just completely blew me away, and so it made his passing that much more sadder for me, from a personal standpoint. I could not have accomplished the things I have accomplished in that time span from 2007 2008 when I got my first Mac computer to the present time. I accomplished 2 masters. I accomplished a master's in IT, and I accomplished a master's in exercise science, which involved me getting certified as a personal trainer now. So, I mean, without those things, I probably would not have accomplished what I've accomplished. So that's why it was very saddening for me. And plus, aside from that, I mean, on a health standpoint, I'm a prostate cancer survivor. So I sort of know how nasty cancer is. I sort of know people that have it. I sort of know people that are surviving with it. Not necessarily pancreatic cancer. I've done a lot of research because I am a survivor on different types of cancer. And pancreatic cancer is one of those extremely aggressive cancers that people or the doctors say if even if they catch it, even if you don't get any symptoms, people find out that you have it. It's very hard to treat because of the of where the pancreas is within your within the digestive system. It's really hard to get to. It's really hard to treat. So, in the advanced stages of pancreatic cancer, people probably don't have a good rate of survival, and they said Steve Jobs outlived their expectations for that. And I think he had a drive to complete a lot of things that he knows he wasn't going to be able to complete in the time that he had left. He kept it very private, and I was just as equally shocked as a lot of people that he passed when he did at the age of 56. So, I mean, there's a lot of things that I myself, on a personal basis, have I don't necessarily have issues with them, but some people are hating on him. Some people are like stating that he didn't do this, he didn't do that. What do they think? I joined a Hangout because I'm on Google Plus. I joined a Hangout the other day, and some people started hating on Apple right away about what they didn't do. I mean, this is a person that just died of a serious cancer, and yet you're not respecting him for that. You're not respecting what he did, not what he did not do. Which pisses me off. So I felt I needed to do this from my standpoint and from what I've been hearing out there in the press and on the internet. When I'm on the internet, some people might see this, and some people, oh wow, here we go again with Steve Jobs, da 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 da. And you probably get tired of seeing it, you probably get tired of hearing it, but I felt that I needed to put that out there because of my personal experience with Apple products. I do not have an iPhone yet. I do plan on getting one. I don't know a lot about their technical aspects. I try to keep up on all the upgrades that are going on. I have a lot to learn in that respect. I know more about the Mac computers than I do about the iPhone because I don't have one. I don't own one. I have my own personal issues with the carriers of the iPhone. Even if I had the money, I probably wouldn't get it. If in fact they kept the same carriers. Now I do know that Verizon is another carrier. Now I might consider that. But I mean I'm learning as time goes on. I'm not an expert on it. Because I'm sort of new. This is my first time. Actually, this would be the this is 2011. This would be be the third or fourth year I've had a Mac, and I'm still learning. You know, um, so I just want to kind of bring this out. And next month, um, for those people who saw my other videos, I'm going to be starting my fundraising campaign. Might be done a little differently. I might not be on here that much. I might be out in the field a little bit more, trying to raise money for the foundation. But I intend on doing it. So it's more of a motivation for me to do this and to give my opinion about how I feel about the passing of Steve Jobs. I mean, I was pretty emotional for maybe the last 2 days because of that, and I was like, why am I so emotional about this? And then I thought about it, and I was like, wow, you know, on two fronts. I mean, this guy died. He was like a John Lennon. John Lennon for music, and as he is for the technology. I mean, he's a giant. I would probably feel the same way about Bill Gates if he passed. I mean, these guys have come up from basically nothing to making billions and billions of dollars, and they changed the world, as people said. So I mean, in that respect, you gotta respect them, even though you may not be an Apple fanboy, even though you may not be in technology at all, which I don't, I wouldn't believe anyway, because everything nowadays is so digital that you can't get away from it. And I found out a few things about what he's done for the Pixar Corporation and several other things. So I mean, he's had his hands in a lot of things, and a lot of people don't realize how much uh, how much how many things he has done uh, for the computer industry. So I'm going to stop my rant, and I just want to kind of put that out there for you people who look at this. You can make comments. I'm hopeful there won't be any negative comments. I'm not putting this out here for you to hate and rant on what Apple hasn't done, and da 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 da. I'm doing this, basically for me and to let people know out there, some of my followers, that this is how I feel, and it kind of ties into what being a survivor is. I mean, at any time, my cancer could come back. God forbid. Knock on wood. I hope it doesn't. They caught mine early, and they got rid of it early. I mean, I was adamant about taking care of that for many reasons. I mean, aside from the fact that you don't want cancer right in your body, and the stats are, with prostate cancer, it's a silent killer. So I mean, as time goes on, too, I'm going to actually give a little bit more information about that for people who don't know. So I just wanted to kind of put that out there for people, and let people know how I feel about it. It's basically it, and give some tribute to him as a CEO, leader, and a person who has changed the world, in the computer industry on the whole. So I guess that's it, and I thank you for listening, and please comment if you feel you need to, and that'll be it. And hopefully next month, or probably later on this month, I'll be starting videos, kind of starting off with the fundraiser, and you'll know more about it as time goes on. Okay, so that's it, and everyone have a good day.